Hey guys, it's Adam. Today we're going to be doing a quick video on how you can optimize your learning. Most people think about learning styles when they think about learning. That's one of the frameworks that you can look at learning through. And what I actually think is you can optimize each of those styles for each person. You can actually use each method effectively. So you could use hearing, visuals, kinesthetics, actually doing it all together combined to actually have a more effective learning experience. Because the truth is, as humans, we learn in all those different ways. We hear, we see, we do, and it's not just one way. And doing that along with making connections, I think that's the most powerful way you can actually learn, is making connections, really connecting the dots and making it so it really cements into your head. The way you can do that is by taking past knowledge and actually building upon that. This past knowledge allows you to have your bearings around the world. And if you hold these in a way that it's kind of replaceable and you can make connections and take what you need in and out and really be able to strengthen that network that you have in your brain, making those connections and really hold in concepts in a sort of web in your brain. Think of it like a spider's web with all these connections. So, when learning things, there are many different techniques. I'm going to share one with you today. It's called the Pomodoro Technique. So, that's where you'll study and do some work for about 25 minutes, 25 to 40 minutes, and then you'll take a 5-minute break. I find this works very well for me, and what I actually do instead of setting a timer is I kind of just know and feel in my body when I start to get overwhelmed and I notice that the quality of my work is going down. I start to lose focus, and that all those indicators tell me that I need a break. I take the 5-minute break, I walk around, I come back, and I'm ready actually with sometimes I even get an idea while I'm taking a break, or sometimes I just kind of not think about it. That helps as well. It's funny, I actually get my best ideas sometimes when doing something totally different. I actually got a new, really cool concept that I'm working on for one of my courses, new learning strategy. I actually knew it all along, but I came up with an idea on how to explain it to people and a name for it. So, and that happened, funny enough, when I was preparing some chicken that I was marinating because I want to make fried chicken this weekend for my family, and just things like that. Shower thoughts, just those ideas, and I write them all down. That's something you want to get into a big habit of doing, writing everything down, because you can have great insights, ideas, and then just forget them, and then you're kind of screwed after that. Also, visualization. So we talked about visual learning. There's, of course, writing it down includes the kinesthetic component, right? You're writing it. You're also looking at it when it's written down. You could even say it to yourself or listen to someone saying it. That's usually what happens. We hear someone saying something and then we write it down. And then there's also visualization, a very, very powerful tool used by a lot of athletes. I think you've probably heard about the study where the people are playing the piano, and some people do it on an actual piano and some people visualize it, and they do just as well both ways. It might have even been better. I don't remember exactly, but just that same concept of players kind of going through the motions. I do this before I go somewhere, and I try to see if I have everything I need. So I'll visualize okay, like I'm gonna go on the bus, and then so I need like my pass. It needs to be loaded. Okay, so I need my wallet, and I just remember these four things that I need whenever I leave the house. I make sure I have my wallet, my phone, my keys, and a cloth to wipe my glasses with. And building those systems can actually help you be much more productive. In terms of learning, this visualization method is really keen even for building memory. So, a lot of people, when they try to remember something, they have a hard time. And one way you can do it is turn it into a story. We're very story oriented creatures. We love story, and really telling things in a way that is a story really captivates people. That's why everybody loves watching movies. People still read books. It's why it's story. Story is really how we reflect on ourselves and how we pass down information. The oral tradition of stories has really been lost, and we're we're seeing it more in film these days, film and books. But it's great to have videos like this where we can actually kind of create something similar. I can tell a story, you can listen, and we're passing down knowledge that way. So I think it's very interesting, and watching videos is very powerful because you see the visual component, you see the auditory component, you hear it. But there's something totally different from both of these, and that is experiential learning. So actually doing something. And that ties into practice, and I'll talk about this in the future. Practice is so important. When you practice, you start to build competency and mastery in in a subject. And once you have the talent and the effort, then you build the habits and you start to build competency, and that's where you really start to get those gains in whatever you're doing. Skill building is so crucial. I'm actually working on skills right now, communication skills. I'm working on some business skills such as copywriting, and funny enough, like most people don't know about what copywriting is. It's copywriting with a W, copywriting. So look it up on Google. That's something that you should be able to do. Look it up and really learn about those things. When someone gives you advice like that, when someone tells you a little special tidbit, and if you're into business, you should really know what that is. So when you have someone who gives you advice and tells you to Google it, that's very important, and that's probably very crucial information. The information that is just thrown out there by successful people is often the most important, and that's what you want to write down. Notes, take copious notes. I am attending a coaching program, and I have a buddy of mine who's just taking these crazy notes. He takes everything down, and I don't think you need to be to that level. He's very analytical as well, so I think that's the reason he's able to do that. I like picking away the main concepts, also any eureka moments, any epiphanies that I might have, anything new that I'm hearing, and anything that I come up with as well. So I'm so excited to go on this journey with you guys, and I hope you will enjoy the journey of learning with me. I hope to see you next time, and until then, take care.